The growing need right now is caregivers that are providing care to someone with dementia in the home. They need the break, but there's not a lot of places available for them to go. We now have the resource for them with our Adult Respite Center to provide the care that the loved one needs, but the care that the caregiver needs to get that respite. So when their loved one's here, they will get socialization, they will get interaction with other folks, they'll get activities. All the while, their caregiver goes off and they get the respite they need, whether they go to lunch with friends, go to the coast, take a nap, do chores, whatever it is. That's what we're going to be able to provide for both sides, yeah.
Welcome back to InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw.
And I'm Mary Louise Van Atta.
The video you just saw features Naomi Tillery, and we have her with us in studio today representing Alzheimer's Network, an organization that connects people who are facing Alzheimer's and related dementias. And not only that, offers resources and some new exciting developments. Hi
yes.
there.
Thanks for joining
Thanks,
us.
ladies.
Thank you for coming back. This is not your first time
Not
on
my
InSight.
first time. It's been a while, though.
Well, you do have exciting developments. What's going on?
We do. I think since the last time we met, we have now opened our doors on the Adult Respite program at our new location. So that's been exciting times. We're getting the word out for families who are definitely needing that break, and letting them know there is a place now to bring their loved one, whether it be a couple of hours, a full day if they like, that we're available for them. Yeah.
For those who don't know about Alzheimer's Network, can you give us a thumbnail sketch?
Sure. Just we are a local nonprofit here in Salem that focuses on families that are impacted with Alzheimer's or other related dementias. We've been around since 2003. And we focus on Marion and Polk counties, the families within these counties. And our primary focus is to provide education, support, resources, and of course now the adult day respite.
Naomi, a respite center, that is really exciting. It sounds like you're always evolving and coming up with new ways to serve the community. What was the thinking behind this respite center?
So the disease itself is always evolving as well, therefore the need will change. So, you know, there was once upon a time where we knew nothing about the disease. You know, what was Alzheimer's? How does it work? How does it affect the individual? How does it affect the families? And so we really focused in on education, you know, trying to bring about the awareness, advocacy, things like that. I think through the course of the last several years, we've noticed the need is changing. I think people are becoming more educated. I think there's still more education to be had, but there's a greater need that's out there, and that is there are caregivers taking care of their loved ones in the home where they might not be quite appropriate for memory care just yet, or maybe that's a decision as a family making, hey, we're not going to place our loved one, but then they care for them in the home. It's a 24/7 job.
Oh, yeah.
And with the rise of diagnosis of this disease rising, I think that the need was changing. And so how do we help the caregivers that are in their homes 24/7, no break, no help, to where they can thrive in their caregiving, therefore their loved one can thrive through their disease process. So just, you know, talking with families, talking with the community, we just noticed that was becoming an increasing need, and we wanted to make sure that we meet that need, because as an organization, that was always the vision, that we meet the needs of individuals and their families.
What a relief. That's wonderful.
So how does it work? They come to your new office. Where is your new location?
Our new office is conveniently located just off of 12th Street, just south of WVP. And we are office and the respite, so it's awesome. So we're on site, you know, with our respite center. So you would call our office and schedule a time for us to come out, meet with you, do an assessment. We want to make sure that we can meet the needs of your loved one, and that your loved one will be appropriate for our setting. Once that's established, you can call and let us know the days, times that you want to drop off your loved one, whether, again, we have somebody that stays for a full day, so they're there at the very beginning of the day to the end of the day, and that's totally a decision you can make. And then you'll bring in your loved one, check them in, off you go. I like to try to encourage the caregivers, don't go home and go do your chores. don't do that, because those tours are going to be there tomorrow and they're going to be the next day. But what's not there is that time for yourself.
Absolutely.
Go get a pedicure, go have lunch with friends, go play a round of golf, go do something for you, have a love yourself moment. That's really what this respite should be for. And know that your loved one is getting
Having a quality experience, it sounds like.
they are, and they're getting that engagement and activities and art, music therapy, all sorts of fun stuff.
Speaking of music therapy, I love a story you told us when we were out videotaping you the day that we went there to your new location. You were talking about a beautiful way that you've discovered for yourself just how important music therapy is. Can you tell us?
I think we all know the profound effect music just has on us in general. I mean, you put on, your favorite music in the car and you automatically just get lost in the moment, right? Well, music in dementia helps recall some really good memories that otherwise they would struggle with remembering. And so based upon the genre that they maybe grew up with, it can evoke emotion, evoke a memory. And I had the opportunity of working one-on-one with a few different people, but one lady in particular, I had the headset on her and I couldn't hear what she was listening to, but I remember asking her, how she liked it, and she's like, well, I'm waiting for him. I'm like, oh, okay. You're waiting for him? I go, okay, where are you at? She's like, under the apple tree. And I said to her, oh, okay, well, he's like, well, I'm waiting for him. I'm like, okay, well, who is he? He's like, Frank. And I thought to myself, who's Frank? I didn't know. And come to find out later on, the song she was listening to was Under the Apple Tree. So apparently it's an old song I'm not really familiar with.
Oh,
sorry.
sit under the apple tree.
Don't
Don't
sit under the apple tree.
Maybe you guys can come sing that
we're
for
now
me.
dated. We now dated ourselves quite a bit.
It was very
Good job, ladies. And it turned out Frank was her husband.
Oh.
And so she had this amazing memory of her husband, and I wish I could have seen in her mind what she was seeing in that very moment, but it's just amazing where music will take you.
Does it open them to other kind of connections?
It does. I think a lot of times what I find is in the particular case of this lady was she wasn't always verbal. Wasn't always talkative, but this really brought about conversation. She started to engage in a good conversation, and where it went, you just didn't know, but it was really engaging. And otherwise, you're looking at someone who's just quiet, because what they're losing is the ability to recall words and to have those conversations, and so verbal skills get lost. And so music has this way of awakening something inside that just kind of makes them sound kind of chatty.
Naomi, that's such important work you do. It sounds really wonderful. And I bet there are a lot of people who are watching us today that may have someone in their life that would really benefit from your program. How can they get in touch with you?
I think there's different ways. Obviously, you can call us at our office. We always take those phone calls. You can email us, Facebook us, all those options. You can even come by the office. We're typically there Monday
And the
through
address
Friday.
is?
Our address is 2673 12th Street, Southeast. Again, it sits between WVP and Fairview
That's
Avenue.
Willamette Valley Partners, correct?
Yes, well, it is Willamette Valley.
And the website is?
alznet.org, alznet.org.
And so we'll make sure that's available for everyone at the bottom of the screen so they can reach
Naomi,
you.
it's so good to have you back again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you come back and see us again?
I will see you every time you want me to come back.
You're one of our favorites. So.
Thank you, Mary Louise.
Great to see you.
And thank you for joining us today on InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw.
And I'm Mary Louise Van Adden. We'll see you next time.